Before we get started with today's video, I have an announcement to make. After years of telling other people's stories, I finally released one of my own. My novel Eternal Reign is available now in both ebook and paperback format for those of you who are like me and prefer to collect physical media. You can grab a copy right now on Amazon through the link in the description of this video. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. With the success of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, people have been wondering which Final Fantasy would get the remake treatment next. Well, after some recent events, people are leaning very hard on the rumor that the next one might actually be Final Fantasy IX. According to IGN, the director of Final Fantasy XIV has sparked renewed rumors of a Final Fantasy IX remake. Speaking during PAX East, Final Fantasy XIV director Naoki Yoshida announced Final Fantasy IX themed extras for the Collector's Edition and Digital Collector's Edition of Final Fantasy XIV expansion Dawn Trail, including Final Fantasy IX's Arc Summon as a Final Fantasy XIV mount and a wind-up Princess Garnet minion. Garnet, also known as Dagger, is one of the main characters of Final Fantasy IX. If you pre-order Dawn Trail, you get a wind-up Zidane minion too. Zidane is the protagonist of Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX themed bonuses for Final Fantasy XIV wouldn't be much to write home about on their own, but it's what Yoshi P said on stage alongside their announcement that has truly set tongues wagging. You may have noticed a lot of Final Fantasy IX references here, but the reason is a secret, he said before zipping his mouth shut. Final Fantasy IX remake rumors have swirled around Square Enix ever since the unannounced game emerged as a part of a 2021 Nvidia leak of upcoming titles. The list, confirmed legit by Nvidia but potentially outdated, includes a number of Square Enix games the company has either announced or released since, such as the Chrono Cross Remaster, Kingdom Hearts 4, and of course the Final Fantasy VII Remake for PC. However, Final Fantasy IX Remake and Final Fantasy Tactics, both of which are on the leaked list of games, have yet to materialize. Just a few months before the Nvidia leak in June 2021, a Final Fantasy IX animated series was reported to be in development, although we haven't heard anything about it in the years since. Rather than a Final Fantasy IX remake, Yoshi P may instead have teased a crossover event between Final Fantasy XIV and Final Fantasy IX, or hinted at the re-emergence of the Final Fantasy IX animated series, but that hasn't stopped fans from getting excited about the prospect of seeing the 2000 PS1 classic role-playing game reborn. Square Enix is of course busy remaking Final Fantasy VII with the second entry in the trilogy, Rebirth, recently released. Square Enix is now looking ahead to the final part of the trilogy, which based on the current pace of development may not be finished until roughly 2028. If that ends up being the case, the third part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake may well be a PlayStation 6 launch title, if Sony's comments about the PS5 being in the latter stage of its life cycle are anything to go by. If these rumors turn out to be true, then I'm perfectly fine with that since Final Fantasy IX is one of my favorite titles in the series. Personally, I prefer a Final Fantasy Tactics remake or remaster first, just so we could get it on current systems. But like I said, if we do get a Final Fantasy IX remake, I'll still be pretty happy about it. This article was written by Wesley Yin Poole over at IGN, and I'll leave a link to the original article in the description of this video. Anyway, we're done for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that like button, subscribe, ding that notification bell, and I'll see you all next time.